Hey guys, this is Shainu. Today I'll be talking about ISYE 7406 Data Mining and Statistical Learning. So in this video, you can expect a full course review, and towards the end of this video, I'll give you some tips around how you can make an A in this course, and I follow the tips that I'm giving you to make the A, so make sure you watch this video until the end. Before I go any further, I would appreciate if you could support the channel by sending me some coffee money in Cash App, Venmo, or buy me a coffee. YouTube really doesn't pay me enough money to make these sort of videos because there are not a lot of audience watching these videos. So your support will be greatly appreciated. So this is the grading structure for this course. You have 5% for active participation, 20% for quizzes, homework, group project, and take-home final exams are 25% each. On the right side of the screen, you can sort of see a breakdown of the items and the due dates associated with the items. And these due dates are not accurate, and what I mean by that is I created these due date for myself to be on top of my game. So for example, homework 1 is probably available on Friday, and I'm telling myself I need to finish this by Sunday because God knows I will not be able to get to it on a work week because I work crazy hours. What I highly recommend you to do is follow that structure if you are someone who have a crazy work life. That way you can be on top of it and make sure you make full credit for all the items. Now let's talk about homework. So it's a bi-weekly homework. What I mean by that is 1 week you will have to do homework and the following week you will have to do quizzes and then homework again. So bi-weekly in that sense. It's 5 homeworks and it's 5 points each. Once you submit and the due date passes, the following day you will get email notification that letting you know you have to do 3 peer reviews. And these 3 peer reviews are not tied to the grade that you're going to make for the homework. TAs make the final grade for the homework. I hate peer reviews usually because people are horrible and they just give you like the worst score and not even explain why they're doing that. They're just probably sad. These 3 peer reviews that you're going to do for the homework are tied to the active participation. So if you don't do the peer reviews, the chances are you're not going to make the active participation 5% grade. So it's very important for you to make sure you do the 3 peer reviews. This is sort of the homework structure. It's a report that you have to produce, by the way. They provide the data set to you and you have to go through a process of understanding the data set and then applying the models that you learned in the weeks of the lectures. As long as your report have this structure: introduction, EDA, methods, results, findings / conclusion, and appendix. And then you also have to paste in your code, by the way, in appendix. As long as you have this structure, the chances are you will make a very good score in your homework. Now let's talk about the quizzes. So as I mentioned earlier, it's a bi-weekly quiz. You will have 5 quizzes and it's 4 points each, which equates to the 20% we discussed earlier. Each quiz will have a 40-minute limit and it's 4 questions. You have about 10 minutes per question. The questions in the quiz is very similar to the knowledge check, and make sure you pay attention to the solution once you submit the knowledge check so you can understand how to do it step by step. And I highly recommend you to go through the knowledge check before you open the quiz. Don't be the person who opened the quiz and then try to figure things out, because very likely you're not going to get a good grade. Now let's talk about group project. So you choose your own topic. So you can do something interesting to you or your group members. You can find clean data set in Kaggle, which is what we did for our group project. There are 3 deliverables that you have to provide as part of that 25%. And those are the project proposal, final report, and project presentation. I put this numbering 1, 2, and 3 here to indicate which one is due first. So you first have to obviously do a project proposal. You have to find your team members, write down the project description, explain the data that you found in Kaggle, or if you're doing some sort of an API, you need to also have a scientific research questions answered as well. And then after about 3 or 4 weeks, you will have to do project presentation. For our group, we did about 14 slides, and that's enough. One of the good things about this course is they're not forcing you to do the presentation. So as long as you provide the presentation slides, that's all they care about. And in the presentation slides, these are the items that you should have to make sure you get a full mark for project presentation. And then finally, you have to do a final report, which is about 3 to 4 pages per person. And these are all the items that you need to make sure you have in your final report. And each of these deliverables will have peer reviews associated with it. So you need to make sure that you do those. Otherwise, you might miss some points in the active participation. Now let's talk about the take-home final. Don't think the take take-home final will be easy because it's not a multiple choice. It's not like you're finding theory or anything like that. It is a report that you're going to be generating to the instructor and the TAs to grade. So pretty much they will provide you a data set, and you need to apply the things that you learned in the course to identify the best model for the data set that they're providing, give them some results at the end to show why you're choosing this final model, because you have to go through the process of model selection, and then you have to let them know like why I'm choosing this model with this parameters. And that kind of takes time depending on how much you know about the models that you're working with. So these are some tips that I have for you guys to make an A in this course. And the first tip I have is do not wait until the last minute to do your homework, your quizzes, or your project deliverables. It is very important for you to be on top of your game. And if you have questions for your homework or your knowledge check, which is similar to your quizzes, you should join TA sessions where they will help you and give you some guidance. The TAs for this course are very nice, like super nice people. So if you're confused on anything, just join the TA session and ask the question, and they will be nice enough to answer it to you. When you're choosing your group, I would recommend 2 to 3 per group, and you can find your group members through Slack or Piazza. Once you find the members through Slack or Piazza, I highly recommend you to search these candidates in LinkedIn to make sure they have a good background in data analytics or a technical background. That will really help you when you're going through the process of doing the group project. And I also recommend you to meet with your teammates at least once a week. Find a time that works for everybody. You might have to do some compromises, and make sure you have some sort of assignment to each of the individual people in your group to let them know like, hey, you need to research this idea while this person is going to research some other idea. That's what I did as a PM for my project, and it worked out really well for us. So these are the ways I made an A in this course. I already mentioned what to expect for exams, quizzes, and homework. So as long as you follow my tips, you should be good to go in this course. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. If you found this video helpful, please send me some coffee money in Cash App, Venmo, or buy me a coffee. I'll see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.